2026 Hyundai Palisade Calligraphy. There's a reason I have the door and the trunk open. I'll show you in a second. Quick walk around. It's an all new design. It is a little snowy over here. I took as much snow of the car as I could, or more than an average person. Going around, we got 21-inch wheels with, I believe, 45 tires. I'll confirm that in a second. But I want to start off here in the back. It's a 3-row SUV. Over here, we got a little bit of a storage space, and there's a temporary spare tire underneath there. Over here, we got a control pad for what are actually 4 seats: 1, 2, 3, and 4. So, interesting thing about the third row seats, they slide. This is maximum back, this is maximum front, allowing you to configure for a little bit of extra cargo space at the sacrifice of legroom over here. So over here, the third row seat is slid all the way back, and the second row seat is slid all the way forward. It gives you any idea of a legroom. On this side, I got the third row seat slid all the way forward with this middle row all the way back, which gives you just about no legroom. So you get the idea of the space configuration. From here, I can fold all the seats, or I can raise them, or I can slide them. I can also slide these second row seats, which are also heated and ventilated, controls for which are over there, which is pretty cool. And I got a button that can do it all at the same time, or here I choose second or third row, depending what I want, and up or down. Very neat feature, very well designed. So that's one thing. Going back over here, the middle row seats are powered, so they're adjusted in every kind of way, which is kind of crazy. This just gives you like a super comfortable position. I forgot exactly what they call it, but it reclines you. You sit like a king. You flip it back up, it tilts back up here. This is your access to the third row. So it's going to take its time and slide over there. Notice that it's going to clear the front seat that's set for me at 6'2", and you get plenty of access here to get to the third row. And in the third row, as I mentioned earlier, you've got heated seats, but they're not ventilated in the third row, but you also have a USB-C over here, but they're only heated in the third row, which is nice. Pressing this again, we go back. Again, this seat behind the driver's seat is slid all the way back, or at least was. I guess it doesn't go back to the same position. I'm sorry, that seat was slid all the way forward. This was all the way back, so, well, whatever. You've got a control over here for everything. So auto climate control, you get your heated and ventilated seats over here. So that's nice. Small sunroof over here, much bigger sunroof over here. This sunroof obviously does not open. This one open, tilts and slides. You got USB-Cs over here for rear passengers. Hyundai and Genesis, they always put these seat controls over here. We'll get to that seat in a second. You've got cup holders, sunshades. Again, this is the top line calligraphy model. Extremely comfortable over here. Seat adjustable in so many ways that unless you're really, really tall, you will be comfortable over here. Moving forward. Nothing atypical over here. Nice clean design. Though I gotta point out that I sat in a less expensive versions of this Palisade, and this seemed a lot cheaper. Again, a multitude of seat options, one of them being like a comfort mode. We'll get to it when we get to the passenger side. Very comfortable seats. They have a sort of a massaging feature. They're not calling it a massaging feature, they're calling it something else, but it does work your butt and your back. Heated steering wheel is 2-stage. Over here you've got engine start, stop, towing. It's pretty self-explanatory. Typical Hyundai gauge cluster and typical infotainment interface. We've seen on many cars. It's pretty good. It's obviously tailored for this bigger vehicle with towing. Dash cam. Yep. Dash cam. So it's recording just about all the time. It also has a parking mode that you can set up, and it's facing front and back. And to get the video out, there is SD card somewhere in the glove box over there. and you pull them out and you plug them into your computer. So the question of who owns the video from when you're driving is pretty clear. It's you. I don't know if corporate has a ability to download it or upload it. I doubt it, but I think all around the world we see the videos and we see the importance of dash cams, and I think this is great. So you can have it when it's parked. You can have motion detection when it's parked. Driving events, parking events. I haven't gone through them. They're obviously not mine. I'm not sure what it records, but that's pretty cool that it's there. And if you play around with it, you set it up. You can record manually too, or you can have a live feed, which is over here. So if you look over here, this is what you see. And because the hatch is open in the back, I get to see beautiful sky. But I can close that hatch. And no, it's just gonna beep at me and tell me that it doesn't want to close the hatch. All right, whatever. But you get the idea. You get the live feed. Let's go home from there. So that is pretty cool, and you can get all the video. You can also prop this over here, and you get a tap and very, very cool three-dimensional view of your vehicle. And notice that the color matches of the car, which I think is really cool. Some automakers tend not to do this, so that's very cool. You can easily disable the parking sensors for a day like today, where they were covered with snow, and I was reversing very slowly, and it actually stopped me from moving because it thought I was crashing into something, but it was just the sensors being covered up. Clear setups over here. We got driving modes. So we got several. We go over here and we switch between driving modes: eco, normal, sport, and typical. But we also have a terrain mode. Switching over that gives us snow, mud, sand. Maybe I should be in snow right now, right? But that's the first time I see something like this. We've got the typical shifter over here that Hyundai's been using in cars for some time, and we got the start button over here. Parking brake. Okay, over here, this is a UV cleaner. Like, you can put your phone into the glove box. I have my gloves and hat over there, and it will like disinfect it, which is pretty cool. USB-Cs, 2 of them powered, 1 of them for connecting your phone to here. It can also be done wirelessly. Big storage bin over here with 2 more outlets. I think that's an outlet over there. Very cool dash design. It's kind of flat, but also gives a nice hood over the screens, so there's not much glare. Hyundai really steps it up with their designs of interiors. They've been doing a really nice job of it. So that's great. Under the hood is a new, I believe, 3.5 liter engine. I'll put that in the comments. It's got more power, but the vehicle also weighs 400 pounds more than the previous generation, making it not much faster and not much efficient, because I believe it averages about 20 miles per gallon. I'll also mention that in the comments. I must say that even on these tires, they are mud and snow, I think. It's actually doing pretty well through here. Going over here, this is the comfort seat set up in this configuration for resting purposes. Now, I don't fit over here because I have legs, but maybe shorter people, I'm assuming somebody under 5'3", might love this, although it's not recommended for driving purposes. But still pretty nifty. So great car overall. 8-speed automatic transmission, all-wheel drive, naturally aspirated V6. Thank you very much for that. It's super smooth. The car is super quiet. Hyundai did a really good job on this. I would maybe get a different color interior if it was me. But super nice, super comfortable. The seats are a bit much, but the interior is intuitive. It's nicely set up. This is a great car for anybody who needs a vehicle with 6 or 7 seats. Thank you very much. Like and subscribe.